Hi guys, it's Mr. Graybill. Today we're going to be talking about lesson 11.9, and this is the same perimeter, different areas. So we're going to be finding this figures that have the same perimeter but different areas, and we're going to be comparing these rectangles and comparing these figures um, that have the same perimeter and they end up having different areas. So just like I've been talking about, remember area is the space inside the figure. We do that by length times width, so area is multiplication, and then perimeter, remember we're going to take this T, which really looks like a plus sign, and make it go all the way around. So perimeter really helps me, that T helps me, because perimeter we add. All right, so let's get to work here. One thing about today's lesson is you are going to make some mistakes as you have to draw figures with the same perimeter that look different. So this is a little tricky, and you are expected to make some mistakes. So don't feel frustrated. Don't give up. Make sure that you always use pencil, especially with math. All right, here we go. Um, It says Toby has 12 feet of boards to put around a rectangular sandbox. How long should he make each side so that the area of the sandbox is as large as possible? So what need to find is what is the greatest perimeter Toby can make for his sandbox. And we know that perimeter is the space around an object. And our perimeter needs to be 12. So we're going to make a couple of them and then answer a couple of questions. So in this first sandbox, we see that we have a perimeter of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a perimeter of 12. Now, since it needs to be a rectangle, we know that half of 12 is 6. We can see the 6 here. So I want you to think of another way that you can make 6, because then if it's 6 on one part, then it must be 6 on the other half. And 6 plus 6 is 12. So how else can you make 6? 1 plus 5 equals 6. You can also do 2 plus 4 equals 6. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go 2. I'm going to go over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just finish. So far I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sweet, my perimeter is 12. Let's look at sandbox 3 now. Another way to make 6. 3 and 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll connect it up. And I still have a perimeter of 12. All right, I'm going to move this drawing. Let's see. I apologize. I should have done that before. All right, so we'll go back and I'll redraw really quick. 2, 4, and then 3 and 3. And remember, I put that circle there just to remind myself of where I started. You don't want to count the same spots twice. So sandbox 2 is 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 equals 12 feet. And then this one is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. To find the area, remember area is length times width, or the space inside. We do 1 times 5 is 5, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square feet. Sandbox 2, the area is 2 times 4. That's 8. I can just 2, 4, 6, 8. And then sandbox 3 was 3 feet by 3 feet equals 9. 3, 6, 9 inside. So the area of sandbox 3 is the greatest. So Toby should build a sandbox that is 3 feet wide and 3 feet long. All right, we're gonna do one more problem of finding these perimeters and areas of different rectangles. The big thing is for you guys is to continue to read and think about these vocabulary words. Perimeter is the space around, area is the space inside. Everything's labeled here for you. It's just really taking the time to read carefully and to count accurately. So we're going to find the perimeter and the area. And then we're going to say which rectangle has the greater area. So perimeter of A, go ahead, show me where you start. So it's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if that's 2, that's 6. This is 2, then this top part is 6. I can add these together. I could do lots of different ways. I could do 2 plus 6 is 8, and then 8 on the other side is 16. I could do 6 plus 6 is 12, and then 2 plus 2 is 4, and put 12 and 4 together to get 16. You could count all the way around. Whichever way works best for you, whichever way you're the most accurate is terrific. Now, the area for A, remember the area is the space inside you can multiply. 2 times 6 is 12, or you could just count. You can count by ones, 4, 6, 8, count by twos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Either way is fine. So now we'll move on to rectangle B. And rectangle B is actually a square. Remember, a square is a special type of rectangle because all 4 sides are equal. So I start here, and I have 4, and then I have 4, 4, 4. So my perimeter is 16. Same perimeter, which is confusing because they look so different, but the space around is the same. My area, 4 times 4 is 16. This happens where sometimes rectangles have the same perimeter and same area. You'll notice it's usually, if not always, when it's a square. You'll come to that conclusion as you work on more problems. And then which rectangle has a greater area? So making sure that we look at the areas. Rectangle B has that greater area. So I gave you a couple of examples of finding the perimeter and finding areas with today's lesson. Remember, the big thing to remember is area is the space inside a figure, and perimeter is the space around an object. And we know that perimeter you solve by adding all four sides, or in some problems even more than 4 sides. Area is the space inside, and we find the area of length times width. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.